Welcome to aminacademy.com. In Cambridge International IGCSE Physics Paper 1 multiple choice, that is a core question paper we solve now. Look at this question. A lump of modeling clay is moved from a small measuring cylinder to a large measuring cylinder that has twice the diameter. Here this cylinder has twice the diameter than this small cylinder. The reading on the small measuring cylinder goes down to 20 centimeter cube. If you remove the clay, this 20 centimeter cube reducing. By how much does the reading on the larger cylinder go up? The same, because the volume of the clay is same here and here, so it shows the same as the clay, that is 20 centimeter. So 20 centimeter cube, so answer B. That means volume is not changed. Speed time graph for a train shows here. Look at here, this is a speed axis, y axis kilometer per hour, this is a time. Here the point P says the train is not moving. Here the moving part is from Q, R and S. So which region of the graph shows the train moving? QRS, that is B. Next question. A man stands next to a railway track. Then the train traveling 40 meters per second. This is the speed of the train is 40 meters per second. Takes 2 seconds to pass the man. So we have to find what is the length of the train. That is distance traveled. Distance is speed into time. Speed is 40 meters per second. Time is 2. So it is 80 meters. So answer is D, 80 meters. Next, a spring balance operates by the compression of spring. It has been calibrated on the earth in grams. A beam balance operates by balancing standard masses against the unknown mass to be measured. The same unknown mass is measured with each balance on the earth and the moon. So 2 planets you are measuring. In 2 planets you are measuring something, that is the gravitational field strength on the earth is greater than the moon. How much the measuring on the earth compares with those on the moon? Here we have to compare measurements of that object in earth and the moon. Spring balance measurements here, larger on the earth than the moon. Spring balance measurement is larger on the earth and the moon. Larger on the earth than the moon for beam balance. This is larger on the earth than the moon. Same on the earth as the moon. Here beam balance measure the mass. Here this is beam balance operates by the balancing standard masses and spring balance measures the force. So we need, that is here the correct. That means look at here, the larger on the earth than the moon, that is spring balance shows larger force than the moon because the gravity is more in earth than moon. Here he says here the same on the earth on the moon. That means mass is same in any planet irrespective of the gravitational constant. That means what? Here mass is same for every planet because it's body mass. So answer is B. Question number 5. A measuring cylinder contains 30 centimeter cube of liquid. Here initially 30 centimeter cube of liquid. Some more of the liquid is added until the liquid level reaches 50 meter cube. So how much they are adding? 50 minus 30. Volume is here 50 minus 30 equal to 20 cm cube of water liquid is added. So the reading on the balance increases 30 gram. The mass is, this is the volume, this mass is 30 gram. Density equal mass per volume. Mass is 30, volume is 20, equal 1.5. Density is 1.5 gram per centimeter cube. So answer C. Next question. Which pieces of apparatus are the most appropriate for an experiment to plot an extension load graph of spring? You are measuring the spring strength and by using different loaders. What are the apparatus we need? Ruler, Newton meter, clamp and standard. Balance stopwatch. Here time is not considered, so avoid B. B is not there. Light gauge, ruler, Newton meter. Stopwatch. The stopwatch not necessary. Here ruler, Newton meter, clamp and standard. Maybe here light gauge, ruler, Newton meter. Here this light gauge not necessary. Only the ruler, Newton meter, clamp and stand. Option A is correct. Next one. A beam is pivoted at one end as shown. Here the beam is pivoted. It may move here and there. That the beam weighs 6 Newton and its weight acts at the x 40 centimeter from the pivot. That weight is balanced at here. That means the weight is acted at the center of the beam. The 44 Newton is applied to the beam, causing to the beam balance horizontally. In which direction and where is the 4 Newton force applied? Here the force must be applied upward to balance because this already weight is downward, so force must be applied upward. So here vertically upward, this C and D possible. Here A and B is not possible because both are downwards, vertically downward, vertically downward. Here vertically upward 20 centimeter from the left of x, vertically upward 20 centimeter from the right of x. Here we have to moments, taking moments, 40 into 6 Newton equal 40 into 6 Newton. Then from total distance from here 40 plus x into 4 Newton. So 40 into 6 divided by 4 equal 40 plus x. So 10 is 60 equal to 20 plus x. Therefore, x equal to 60 minus 20, x equal to 40 centimeter. 40 centimeter. So, for question number 7, vertically upward 20 centimeter to the right because 20 plus x equal to 20 plus x equal to 60. Therefore, we need then x equal to 60 minus 40 equal 20 centimeter from x right side to the x. So answer D is the correct option. because vertically upward at 20 centimeter to the right of x. The diagram shows the force acting on four moving objects. Which object is moving at a constant speed? Here, look at here. This side upward force is 5 plus 3 is 8, downward force is 2, so it goes upward direction because this more force in top. Here, coming down unbalanced. Here also unbalanced. Here, this 3 plus 2 is 5, and this is also 5. Here it's a balanced force. So the balanced force acting downward with the help of gravitational force only. So it is balanced force here. So which shows which object moving constant speed, balanced force acting constant speed. So option C is correct. Next question. The mass hangs vertically from a spring. The mass is raised to a point P and is then released up and down. The mass oscillates repeatedly between P and Q and P's and lower point Q, going up and going down, which energies alternatively increases and decreases throughout the oscillations. Gravitational potential energy, kinetic energy, and elastic energy. This is the correct option A. Since here the B option is gravitational potential energy and kinetic energy only they are saying, but elastic energy also used. Yeah. Other things are not possible. Yeah. Next question. A force F acts on object moves a distance d, the direction of the force. What is the work done? Work done equal to force into distance. So F into d. 10 is option C. Next question. A liquid of mass 92 kg is contained in a rectangular tank. The area of the base of the tank is 0.23 meters square. What is the pressure by that liquid on the base of the water? Pressure equal to Newton meter, that is force. Force is 92 is kg, 10 is gravitational constant, g. Pressure is force by area. Area is 0.23. That's 11. This is option D. That means if you calculate this one, it gives 9200 into 23 is multiplied by 100. That is 100 by 23. So this is 4 times. This is 4000. So answer D. Next question. The diagram shows the deep reservoir formed by a dam. Here water is reserved in a dam like. Here on what does the pressure X depends? The pressure in the water is depends on their depth height. So the depth of the water at X, the length of the reserves will not affect the pressure of the water. Surface area is not affected. Thickness of the dam wall is not affected. So answer A. Next question. The list gives 3 properties of different states of matter. It cannot be compressed. It cannot be compressed significantly. They can flow. They always completely fill in their container. These are the options. Which properties are correct for liquids? Liquids, what? Liquids, they cannot be compressed. The liquid cannot be compressed significantly. They can flow, but they not always completely fill their container. They are here saying option 3 says they fill completely the container. No, how much volume of water is there, that much only it fills. So option 1 and 2 is correct for liquid. So option A. Next question. Two thermometers P and Q gives the same reading at room temperature. The bulb of thermometer Q is wrapped in gauze and dipped in a beaker of water at room temperature. Air at room temperature is blown over the two thermometer bulbs. Which statements correctly describe and explain what happens? P reads higher because here the bulb of thermometer Q is wrapped. The bulb of thermometer is Q is wrapped means here that P, it won't absorb more heat energy from outside. So, or it won't be that air will not absorb more heat from that point Q. So P reads higher possible. Here P reads higher and Q then Q because P absorbs energy from air. And but here Q because the bulb P absorbs energy from air, but P reads higher than Q because P reads temperature higher than Q because this is because water evaporates from the gauze and bulb from Q. That is water evaporates. That means P reads higher, Q from the Q water evaporates from the gauze and cools the bulb Q. So option B is correct. Next question, question number 15. What happens to the volume of liquid metal and a solid metal when heated at constant pressure? At constant pressure, volume of liquid increases. Volume of liquid increases as well, and when heated constant pressure, volume increases and volume of solid metal also increases. So 15th option is C, increases. Volume also increases. Volume of liquid increases. Volume of solids increases when heat at constant pressure. Next one. A diagram. A diagram shows a liquid in glass thermometer here. Like a student wishes to check the marking of upper fixed point on this thermometer. What should she do? Put the bulb B in beaker of boiling seawater, put the bulb in beaker in boiling pure water, put the bulb in beaker the ice now, put the bulb in a beaker pure melting ice. So she has to put the bulb in a beaker of boiling pure water. B, option B. Next question. Here the glass contains an iced drink on a warm and humid day. Water starts to form on the outside of the glass. Why? What is the name of the effect by which the water forms? Condensation. Because outside air is little hotter than inside the cooling liquid because it's iced drink. So the air particle, that means outside the air there is a water particle in evaporated form. Then it touch the glass water, so it condenses and make a droplets of liquids, droplets of water outside. So it is due to condensation. Next question. The diagram shows the convection current caused by a piece of ice placed in a beaker of water. Look at here ice. This surface is more cooler. Top surface is more cooler than here. That means point Q is more cooler than point P. Then which row correctly compares the temperature and densities of the water P and Q? That temperature at P is higher. The temperature at P is higher than Q. These first two options are possible. Here, density at P is higher. No, density is here lower because this here the P is little hotter than top surface. That is Q. That means your temperature at P is higher than Q and lower the density as P is lower, density is lower than, that is option B is correct. Now item C, look at here. Then temperature at P is lower than Q because Q is ice, this cool surface. The temperature of P is higher. Temperature of P is because due to convection, the density of so due to convection, it flows like so. The option C is correct. Next one, the outside of one of two identical shiny metal containers is painted dull black. The containers are filled with equal masses of hot water at the same temperature. That is a container, the dull black one, and another one is shiny. So why does the dull black container cool more quickly? Because black surfaces are better conductors than shiny surfaces. Black surfaces are better emitters of radiation than shiny surfaces. This is the option. Because black surfaces are better emitters of radiation than shiny surfaces. So the containers are, why does the dull black containers cool more quickly? Because of this reason. Look at here. This diagram shows displacement versus distance. That is here. This highest point is amplitude. From here to here, this is a wavelength. So, which row is correct here? Amplitude is 1. Amplitude is 1 is correct because look at here, highest point as well. And wavelength is totally 8. One complete wave, this 8 centimeter. So option B is correct for here. Next one, a girl is sitting on a rock in the sea looking at passing waves. She notices that 5 complete waves per 20 seconds. So frequency is number of waves 5 over 20. 5 over 20 is 0.25 heads. Option A. Next question. The cord is placed in front of plain mirror so that its label facing the mirror as shown. Look at here. The cord is like, so it's left right inverted. It looks reflection like here, right? This form. Here, this form. But this is left right inverted. Next one. The object is placed in front of converging lens. Here, the length has a focal length f. The lens has a focal length f, and in which the labeled position should be, object should be placed in order to produce the real image that is smaller than. Real image that is smaller where if it is placed beyond 2f. So option A. If you keep an object beyond F, it gives the real and a real image smaller than the object. Next, which part of the electromagnetic spectrum is used by remote control for a television? Infrared waves. Which statement correctly compares radio waves and X-rays? Radio waves have a longer wavelength and a greater speed in vacuum. All waves, electromagnetic waves, they have same speed in vacuum. So same speed you have to take. Same speed option. Here this B, the radio waves has a longer wavelength and the same speed in vacuum. D, option D is radio waves have a shorter wavelength and the same speed in a vacuum. So option B is correct because radio wave have the longer wavelength and the same speed in vacuum. So option B. The point X near to the bar magnet. So normally we are keeping from north to south. So at point which arrows shows the direction of magnet field of the bar magnet at point. So it is like it moves. So at option D. Next question. Here, a student counts how many ion pins an electromagnet picks up when its power supply is switched on. Then she counts how many pins are picked up when the power supply is switched on. When here power is supplied, it becomes magnetized. The core become magnetized, so it pulls the ion pins. When DC supply is cut off, that ion pins will drop out. So which she repeats this experiment using cores made of different materials. The results are shown. Which core is made out of iron? So when pins picks up with the power supply pin must be lifted, but here zero, its option is not there. Here pins picked up with the power supply off. So when power supply is off, that there is no pin is touched with. That means this demagnetized. So this possible only when pins power supply is on, this 12 pins. When power supply is off, 0 pins. So D is correct option. For 27. This diagram shows charged plastic rod and an uncharged metal sphere. The metal sphere is suspended by an insulating threads. Here, plastic rod, when come to near, what happened? The plastic rod is then moved close to the metal sphere. What happened for this conditions? This is, look at here. The rod attracts the sphere and charged. Rod is attract at this is uncharged. So this is correct option. Then next question. A large battery is labeled with various items of information about the battery. Here 12 volt. This is electromotive force and it's a mass. This is work. This is ampere. So one of these items of information is the electromagnetic force, EMF of the battery. Which of the EMF of the battery? So volt, of course, volt is the EMF. So option A. Other things are this mass, energy, ampere. Next question. A circuit shown is being used to measure the resistance of the Z. So always voltmeter must be connected with parallel to the resistor and series to the ammeter is series to the that resistor. So this is X is voltmeter, Y is ammeter. So X is voltmeter, Y is ammeter. So option C is correct. Next question. The diagram shows the circuits diagram symbols of electrical equipment. So this model, this is thermistor. Which component does the symbol represent? It's a thermistor. What is the advantage of connecting lamps in parallel in a lighting circuit? A smaller fuse is needed to produce the lamps. If the filament of one lamp breaks, the remaining lamps stay lit. The current taken from the supply is less. The lamps uses less power. Now here, when connecting parallel circuit, each equipment can be operated with the uh, different switch, different particular switches. That means if the filament of one lamp breaks, the remaining lamps stay lit. So this is the option. That means one is breakdown, other things can work in parallel circuit. 33. The diagram shows the circuit of 6 identical lamps connected in a battery. Look at here. This battery, it is series, the V series with here 2 parallel, here 3 parallel connection. In parallel circuit, ampere is distributed, current is distributed, here also current is distributed. So here full current will come. That P have glows bright. Which lamps are brightest? P only. Next, Y is the fuse used in electrical circuit so that it current can have only one value. No. To prevent the current becoming too large possible, to provide a path of earth if a fault occurs, to save electrical energy. So the fuse is used to prevent the current becoming too large. That means if in any circuit, electrical circuit, if current is too large, the fuse will work and cut the circuit. So it's prevent the circuit. So it prevent the current becoming larger is option B. Next question. Look at here. Which transformer can change 220 volt AC input to 15 volt AC output? So here the formula, transformer formula is N1 V1 by V2 equal to N1 by N2, number of turns in the circuit. Here, this V1 by V2 option is, V1 by V2 is 240 by 15. 240 by 15 is here 16 times. Here it is 16. Here, which option gives 16 ratio of N1 by N2? Look at here. This 1200 by 75. 1200 by N1 by N2 is here 60. Therefore, the option is correct at D. That means this formula corrects here. This N1, V1 by V2 equal to N1 by N2. This option D is correct. Next one, the diagram shows pattern around a straight wire carrying a current perpendicular out of the patch. Which pattern represent the magnetic field due to the current flow in a wire? Here, this is a right hand thumb rule we are using. Look at here. This option B is the which pattern represent the magnetic field that from the out of the page means it's come out of the page, then it rotates like anti-clockwise. That is our 4 fingers represents this direction of the magnetic field. So option B. Next question. A current carrying coil in a magnetic field experiences a turning effect. 3 suggestions for increasing the turning effect are given. Increase the number of turns on the coil, increase the current in the coil, increase the strength of the field. So all options increase the turning effect are. Therefore, this option D 1, 2 and 3. Next question. A model of an atom consists of small particles orbiting a central nucleus. Where is the positive charge, that is proton, consists in a nucleus? Of course, it is center of the inside the nucleus. B. That is positive charge. Then next one, a radioactive source has an half-life period of 0.5 hours. A detector near the source shows the reading of 6,000 turns counts per second. So from background radiation can be ignored. What is the reading of the detector? 1.5. From that is first 0.5 hours, this counts are up to 0 to 0.5 hours half-life period. How it becomes half size, that is 3000 counts. Next is 3000 counts, another half an hour, it becomes 1500, because after 1.5 hours, that is 1.5 hours after, that is 1500 by 2 is 750 counts per second. Option A. Next one, the question 40. Which statements about the radioactive decay of substance is correct? It cannot be predicted when a particular nucleus will decay. Placing a radioactive substance inside a lead lined box prevents it from decaying. But it can reduce, but it cannot be completely prevented. The decay always produces poisonous gases. No, it won't always produce poisonous gases. A rate of decay increases if the substance is dissolved in water. It's also not possible. Here, it cannot be predicted when a particular nucleus will decay. The 40 option A is correct. Thanks for watching. So far, we discussed about 40 questions in IGCSE Core Physics. If you have done, please subscribe our YouTube channel.